Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Firdaus bin Mohamad Latifi. I'm from Bachelor in Islamic Studies at College University Islam Perlis, Kuwait. My purpose in making this video is to share a little bit that I know about the basic knowledge or rules in the game of rugby. Okay, for a start, I will explain about the history in rugby. In 1823, William Webb Ellis used his hands to pick up a ball in a soccer match and run visit to the goal. That day, rugby was born. There are two primary forms of rugby, rugby 15 and rugby 7. Touch rugby, beach rugby, rugby 10 and rugby 12 are also iterations of the sport often used as a development pathway and feeder into the main forms. In rugby, players don't wear pads or helmets. The techniques and rules of the sport make impact much safer. Rugby players are taught to use their arms and shoulders when making contacts with opponents, earning serious repercussions for any contact above the shoulders and other dangerous touch of play. Players caught disregarding these rules receive a yellow card and are forced to sit on the bench for 10 minutes in rugby 15 and 2 minutes in rugby 7. Serious offence can result in a red card with the chance of suspending the athlete for a week. The reason I choose this topic because I have my experience as player rugby in my school. For who want to try playing rugby, here are some basic knowledge or rule that you must know before playing rugby. The first thing we must know is the difference between rugby 15 and rugby 7. Rugby 15 is played with 15 players on each side of the ball who compete for 18 minutes in individual match through the year. Rugby 15 was an Olympic sport in the early 1900 where the US men won gold medals in 1920 and 1924. The Rugby World Cup is now the main pinnacle event of the sport, taking place every 4 years and also serves as the third largest single sporting event in the world. Rugby 7 is a current Olympic sport, making its first appearance in the Olympic Games Rio 2016. 7 is played with 7 players on each side of the ball who compete for 14 minutes in tournaments with up to 3 matches per competition day. The first day typically consists of pool rounds, after which a team's performance qualifies them for the championship track or challenge track. The championship track typically awards the top finish of the tournament including first, second and third place. The challenge track consists of consolation rounds. Teams for either track must continue to play through the tournament to earn their final placing. Next, I will explain about how to score in rugby. There are 3 ways to score in rugby, such as try, conversion and penalty. First, try. The main objective of the game, to touch the ball down in the opponent's in-goal area for a score worth 5 points. Unlike American football, the ball must be touched to the ground for the points to be awarded. Tries are the origin of touchdown in American football. Second, conversion. Conversion is a kick worth an additional 2 points offered to the scoring team immediately after a try. Conversions must be kicked in line with where a try was scored. In rugby 7, players may not place the ball on a tee and must kick the conversion using a drop kick. And third, penalty. Penalty is kick worth 3 points awarded to a non-offending team when their opposition commits a penalty. Here are some videos about how to score in rugby.
A try. You can run with the ball into your opponent's in-goal area and place the ball down onto the ground. This is a try and is worth 5 points. Unlike in American football, the player must press the ball on the ground with downward pressure. No downward pressure equals no try. Number 2. A conversion. After scoring a try, you are awarded a conversion kick to add more points. The kick is made from a spot 20 metres from the goal line and perpendicular to the spot where the try was scored. Kicking the ball between the posts and over the crossbar scores 2 points. Number 3. A penalty. If your opponent commits a foul, you may choose to kick the ball from the ground between the goalposts. This scores 3 points. Number 4. A drop goal. You can also kick the ball between the posts at any time during open play. To do this, you must drop the ball onto the ground first before kicking it. This also scores 3 points.
Then, I will explain about the commonly used in rugby. First, tackle. A tackle occurs when the ball carrier is brought to the ground and held by one or more opponents. A ball carrier must release the ball immediately following the tackle. Unlike American football, play does not stop when tackles are made. Second, rug. A rug is when the ball is on the ground and at least one player from each team close around it while on their feet. The ball cannot be handled in the rug. Players must move it until it reaches a teammate's hindmost foot and can be picked up. Third, scrum. A means of restarting play after an infringement. Each team's forwards bind together and connect with an opposing team's forward. The ball is thrown into the middle of the tunnel by the non-offending team's scrum half. Both teams' hookers use their feet to try and move the ball while also pushing the other team backwards until the ball reaches the hindmost leg of one of their teammates where they can claim possession. Okay, I have explained the little bit that I know about the basic knowledge or rule in rugby. Now, let's conclude it. In a nutshell, we can summarize that are many basic knowledge or rule in rugby such as rugby 15 and rugby 7s, how to score in rugby and commonly used terms in rugby. These things are obviously very useful for people who want to get involved in rugby. This rugby, we hear or see it hurts, but when we feel it ourselves, it is a very fun game. I strongly believe that the thing that I have explained about will be very useful to who want to try in rugby. Okay, that's all from me. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.